Super Rugby 2024 quarterfinals done. Chiefs absolutely dominate the Reds. Canes steamroll the Rebels. Blues run over the top of Fiji and Drua. And Brumbies sidestep the Highlanders to lock in their semi-final spots. So it's going to be Blues versus the Brumbies, Canes versus the Chiefs. Those semis locked in. Out of those four, we're getting a final. We're getting a new champion this year. Before we get into it, hit that subscribe, hit the like, comment. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. What did you guys think of the quarterfinals? Is your team still in it? Let's go, Hurricanes. Let me know in the comments. Hit that subscribe. Let's get into it. Chiefs versus Reds, 43-21. All Chiefs at first half, and pretty much all Chiefs the whole game. 31 points up at halftime, and it's a tough ask for anyone. For the Reds, a tough ask. Out in New Zealand, tough, man. Huge intensity early on up front, getting over that advantage line. The ruck speed of the Chiefs, unreal, man. Like I've always said, you get over the advantage line. It starts with the first phase. You get over the advantage line, and those forwards can come around the corner. You have no one contesting the ruck, and the guys can just roll on the Ratima can just pick it up and play the forwards coming around the corner. It makes it easy for them, and it's like a training park game. And for the Reds, in that, especially that first half, weren't contesting any rucks, or they were trying but getting fully blown off the ball. And man, those Chiefs forwards were just rolling on. Man, you're not stopping Tokiaho that close to the line, and it's a sign of a good quality side. Is every opportunity they got, they scored points. Just showed the dominance early on. In contact, immense. It's like, holy, where's this? Like I said, Chiefs have been riding under the radar, I feel like, the past few rounds. But they've really been like, hey, we're here. The Chiefs are here. And then I thought just all around option taking, options given to Damian McKenzie on attack. Damian McKenzie gets the ball. He's flat at the line. He's got someone short. He's got someone a bit wider. He's got someone out the back. Or when he's a bit deeper, he's got someone running onto the ball. He's still got someone out the back. He's got the kicking option out wide. And I thought they did that really well. And obviously, it helps having a quality 10 at 10 to just run the show. Because yes, first of all, Damian McKenzie is quality, but he's got the options around him as well. Those players are timing their runs well. They're being an option for him. So when he gets the ball and looks up, he's got 3-4 options to play, or he can run himself as well. And like I said, they absolutely dominated ruck time, smashing Reds, and gaining turnovers as well. So getting turnovers off the Reds ball. So defending really well. I thought Tupovai was immense with that. So physical, everywhere on the field, strong defensively at ruck time. The turnovers, man, and he's really dominant ball carriers. Obviously fantastic in the lineouts. He was 7 carries, 17 tackles, 3 turnovers. And then Damon McKenzie, I thought, just showing off again with that Anton Leonard Brown try. The assist for him, just holding that ball up. He gets the ball in 2 hands, like I said, runs to the line. He's holding that ball up. He's throwing the dummies the whole time. He knows exactly what's happening. He's waiting for the defense to react, and then he reacts off that. So if you can hold the ball up long enough, that defender is either going to bounce to go hit the player out to try and tackle the player out the back, or he's going to stay short. That guy moved, and Anton Leonard Brown went straight through there untouched. He's Damian McKenzie's so good at straightening up the line, running flat at the line and straightening up defenders, and then picking the option taking, elite, man. So he was 1 try assist and 13 points. I thought Wallace Atiti was huge for the Chiefs as well, getting over that advantage line of every single carry. He's been immense for them all year. He was 1 try assist, 18 carries, 76 run meters, 2 defenders beaten. For the Reds, credit to the Reds. I mean, they rode the wave from the Chiefs early on. And then their first opportunity they got a try disallowed, which didn't help their cause because, like, when the scoreboard gets ticking and it keeps going away from you, it's hard to run that back, especially you get opportunity and then the try is disallowed. 8 turnovers conceded in the first half, not good again. And they had to be first to score in the second half, which they did. But man, strong carries, and like that's when it did show. When they did score, they were dominating contact, getting over that advantage line, and securing their rucks, blowing Chiefs off the ball. And that's when they did score their 3 tries. A lot better performance in the second half, but not enough, man. It's a tough old ask to come back. Come back against anyone of like when 31 points have been scored on you, especially the Chiefs in New Zealand. Tough old ass. And that's all she wrote for the Reds. Chiefs march on. Hurricanes versus Rebels, 47-20. Rebels gave it their all, man, in that first half. And then, like they've been doing all season, really struggle in the second half. Although they did score a couple tries in that second half, but Canes really just put that hammer down and did what they do all year. Secure their win convincingly. The Canes, it took a while, man. It took a while. This Rebels defense in that first half, holy, you could see they were playing. It was like their last game ever they were playing, which turned out to be. But they were rushing up together. Their line speed was fantastic, making strong, dominant tackles. And even for the table-topping Canes, it was a struggle to get through. They did start to find space out on the 15s. And in that 25th minute mark, finally break the Rebels defense. Forwards just gaining a ton of meters with the pick and goes and little short balls off TJ Perenara, and Tossi crashes over for their try, and that opened it up. And then, of course, the Canes, they score in those championship minutes, man. The 10 minutes before halftime and 10 minutes after halftime. Your big name players step up and sort it out. Geordie Barrett bust through for both of the tries. So the one before halftime, busts through, broken tackle, plays Morby and sets Morby up before halftime, and then right after halftime, busts through a tackle, sets Braden Yose up. Geordie Barrett was outstanding again, man. So physical, such a dominant ball runner, massive on defense as well. And in big games, you want your big name players to step up, and he really did. He was great. He was 2 try assists, 10 carries, 5 defenders beaten. I thought Peter Lakai, again, with these little offloads pre-contact, fantastic, man. He holds it up so long and then always picks the correct option. Played Almua on the inside, and you're not stopping Almua there. I thought Braden Yawase was immense, so strong with ball in hand, and he literally bust tackles like he's playing in his younger brother's team. Just runs through. I don't know how he does it. He could have someone rush up onto him. He'll get the man and ball, and he'll still bump them. It's crazy, man. He was 11 carries, 109 run meters, 3 defenders, 1 try. And then Canes knuckled down, man. They did what they needed to do, absorb that Rebels pressure in the first half, and then put it to them in the second half, man. For the Rebels, like I said, scrapping for everything that first half, contesting rucks, rushing up out of the line, being super physical. I'm glad to see Carter Gordon listens to the show. I said when he was having troubles with his kicking tee because he was kicking right off the floor. So that was his tee. He was kicking right off the floor. I told him he needed a tee where the ball can sit up like that. Rugby Bricks hit him up, and he kicked 100% off the tee. Fantastic. Well done, Carter Gordon. Like I said, they defended like animals early on, but then just kind of struggled in the second half. Yes, scored a couple tries in the second half, which is a lot better than what they've usually been known to do in the second half this season. They've really struggled this season in the second half. Scored 2 great tries, Lockie Anderson did in the second half, but was not enough. Tough old ask. Hurricanes march on. Blues versus Drua, 36-5. Blues dominate, man. 22-0 up at halftime, and that's a lot for the Drua to catch up. Drua also conceded 15 penalties. Way too much for any game, especially in a finals in Auckland against the Blues. Tough. Again, Drua's away record not helping them at all. I thought the Blues super high intensity, man, from both teams, but the Blues forwards just dominating, man. We know how they've been playing like this all year. Their forwards just asserting themselves onto the opposition. Strong ball carry, strong at ruck time, strong defense, and they do what they do. I said the Drew are going to have to match them up front. And yeah, they were at some stages in little patches in that first half, but that Blues forward pack is just so relentless, man. They get set up there more. I think they scored 2 more tries, which is great for them. And it's such a attacking threat to having a strong maul. You got to line out 5 meters out. The opposition don't know what to do, man. Just a thought on All Black selections. Rieko Ioane has not found any form this year in that Blues 13 jumper. I get at All Blacks, he goes to a different level. Goes to he puts on that black jersey and he's untouchable, unstoppable, no matter what position he plays. But if you're going off this year's form, he's not in my All Blacks team. If you're going off previous or past performances in the All Blacks jersey, you're picking him. And I think he will get picked because of that. But if you're going off solely this year's form, you're not picking Rieko Ioane. He's really been struggling at 13 for the Blues. What do you guys think? Let me know. Caleb Clark's try off the line out. Beautiful, man. Eklund comes around the corner. Inside ball. Caleb Clark untouched. He was great. 2 tries, 10 carries, 4 defenders beaten. Caleb Clark. Then for the Drua, like I said, showed glimpses in that first half. Struggled really in that first half, but man, if there was going to be a comeback, it started well for them in the second half, man. Celestivo, Ravu Taumanda, sparks a Drua comeback, which we all thought could have happened. Man, what a try. Picks out forwards in that defensive line. Little shimmy, bust through, little step, whack, backs himself, man. That out-and-out speed goes over to score. He was great. 1 try, 6 carries, 75 run meters, 4 defenders beaten. I thought Salawa was really good for the Drua, a weapon at ruck time. Really upsetting the Blues at ruck time. Like they had to try all this. Salawa was really good for the Drua. He was also strong defensively, and he was 8 carries, 2 defenders beaten, 8 tackles, 3 turnovers. And that's all she wrote for the Drua. Yes, they made the finals again, couldn't go further, that one step further. Onto next season for the Drua. Then the last game, Brumbies versus the Highlanders, 32-16. Tight first half with the Landers putting up a huge fight, but Brumbies put that hammer down in the second half and keep the Highlanders scoreless in that second half. Brumbies started off with a bang, man. That try, Muirhead's try, started off with the forwards getting over that advantage line. I've always said it. You get over that advantage line, that first phase, it sets you up for that second phase, man. Out the back plays to Lolasio. He had guys running short of him. He's out the back. And what made the difference, what created that overlap, was Corey Toole coming around the back. Little short play, draw and pass. Charlie Cale with tremendous speed to set up Muirhead to go over in the corner there. And then championship minutes, 10 minutes before halftime, 10 minutes after halftime. Sorry, got crazy kids in the background. Billy Pollard scores before halftime to go ahead. 1 point at halftime, and then right after halftime scores again, man. And those are those championship minutes, man. It really will either break a team or breaks teams. I thought Tua was immense for them, hitting that ball up, setting them up for first phase, always getting over that advantage line. He's a big boy, strong ball carrier, and just trucks nut every game, always getting over the ad line, feels nothing for his body, strong carrier, and he was really good for them. Then Muirhead's second try, holy, Andy Muirhead, more like Andy Messi, cross kick, collects the control with the foot. Oh, little grubber, right off the cross kick, grubber past Cam Miller, collects and crashes over. That was beautiful, man. Silky skills. What a try. I thought Tom Wright was outstanding again. He was 16 carries, 90 run meters, 6 defenders beaten. And then Tom Hooper, a real workhorse in this game, played lock this game, did really well. 10 carries, 19 tackles. Then for the Highlanders, they demolished this Brumbies scrum. First off, De Groot, such a weapon up front. Loves the dark arts in the front there. Really put scoreboard pressure on the Brumbies with Cam Miller knocking over his penalties. And then given half an opportunity and Nareke went over in the corner, like bullying the Brumbies up front and then giving their back three. They don't need much space, giving them space, and they take the opportunity there. But that was all they wrote. That was all she wrote for the Highlanders. 16 points in the first half and nothing in the second half. They kept scoreless, so massive credit to the Brumbies. Brumbies march on. So it's Blues versus Brumbies Friday night and Canes versus Chiefs Saturday night. Let's go. We'll be previewing that later on in the week. Let me know what you guys thought of the quarterfinals. Is your team still in? Let me know. Hit in the comments. Hit the subscribe. Let me know in the comments. And I'll see you next time. Bye.